in this nation, and we all will get there. We'll we believe in Nigeria and the promise of one day we'll shine like the sun. So we are many people, different tribes, different tongues, we're united in our strength and resolve to uphold the honor of our land and for generations to come. And for generations to come. And we will get there. And we'll know we'll get there someday. Can somebody say?
Check, check.
para. Alvin.
Good morning, everyone. The program is about to begin in 5 minutes. Please find your seats promptly. Thank you.
as a people, undivided and apart, we will take us down and build our land for God. We are as a people with one heart, for one heart. Where the time to rebuild and restore my freedom rise and truth my land. Let's hope for awesome land. Let's hope for awesome. We are, we'll defend our land. We believe in the nation, and we'll get there. We'll run, we'll defend.
Good morning, everyone. Announcing the arrival of the Secretary for Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Enrique A. Manalo. Introducing our Master of Ceremony for today's event, Mr. Noel Loreto Rodriguez of the Department of Foreign Affairs, Office of the Middle East and African Affairs.
Please stand for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem to be led by the DFA Choral.
Bayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulubi, di ka pasisiin. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong baka, may dilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kisat ng matawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituing at araw niyang kailan pa may di magdidilig. Lupa ng arangan, ating pagsinta, ko'y langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng may ang-api, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, distinguished guests and friends, good morning. Today we gather not only to celebrate the unity and diversity of Africa, but also to highlight the flourishing relations between the Philippines and the African nations. In collaboration with the 6 resident embassies of African countries in the Philippines, we have prepared an exciting program for you, showcasing Africa's vibrant culture, rich history, and delectable cuisine. Without further ado, let us begin. To deliver the opening remarks, please welcome the Assistant Secretary of the DFA's Office of Middle East and African Affairs, Mr. Mardomel Celo Melicor.
Honorable Enrique A. Manalo, Secretary for Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Undersecretaries and Assistant Secretaries of the Department, Your Excellency, Ambassador Mohammed Rida Al-Fassi, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Morocco to the Philippines and Dean of the African Heads of Diplomatic Missions, Your Excellencies, Ambassadors of the Arab Republic of Egypt and the Republic of South Africa, Your Excellencies, Charge d'Affaires of the Embassies of the Republic of Angola, State of Libya, and the Federal Republic of Nigeria, honorary consuls from the African countries, dear colleagues in government. I wish to welcome you all today to a celebration of enduring ties between the Philippines and the countries of Africa. We maintain vibrant diplomatic relations with all 54 countries in the African continent, a diverse and dynamic group striving to realize their own aspirations and control their own destiny. Several suggestions were made in the past by my predecessors to organize an event that would focus our attention on Africa, which in the consciousness of most Filipinos is a remote, almost unknown continent. No better day can be chosen for this purpose than the anniversary of the foundation 61 years ago in May 1963 of Africa's post-colonial independence, continental institution, the Organization of African Unity, which in 2001 became the African Union. Our team at OMEA broached the idea of holding today's event to the 6 resident embassies in Manila, and they heartily welcomed it. We proposed brief cultural presentations from each embassy as well as an exhibition of cultural items from each museum. This is the first time, to our knowledge, that the department has hosted an Africa-specific event, and we are most thankful to the 6 African missions for welcoming our proposal and for actively participating in this endeavor. We appreciate the culinary hospitality that the embassies will be sharing with us later through their cuisine. We also thank the DFA Chorale for sharing their talents with us by providing another aesthetic dimension to our festivity and giving us a sample of African and Filipino singing traditions. We hope this event will serve as a bridge that will deepen our understanding, appreciation, and respect for one another's cultures. Our shared celebration of diversity reminds us of the power of culture to transcend boundaries, build bridges of friendship, and increase our cultural footprints. So please sit back and enjoy this morning's event. Thank you.
Thank you, Asek Melicor. I wish to invite His Excellency Mohammed Rida El-Fassi, the Ambassador of Morocco to the Philippines, to deliver his remarks on behalf of the resident African embassies in the Philippines.
Honorable and dear Secretary of Foreign Affairs, Enrique Manalo, Dear Honorable Undersecretaries and Assistant Secretaries, dear ambassadors, heads of missions and honorary consuls, dear colleagues from DFA, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my great pleasure and honor to be present today at the Department of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of the Philippines to celebrate the Africa Day 2024. On behalf of my colleagues, ambassadors and heads of missions of the African Group in Manila, I would like to express our sincere gratitude for such initiative made by DFA, which signifies a new chapter of friendly relations between Africa and the Philippines. Under the leadership of President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., we, African representatives of our respective countries, can clearly see the outreach policy of the current administration and ongoing efforts to strengthen relations with African countries at both bilateral and multilateral levels. Thanks to His Excellency Secretary Manal and his team for seizing all opportunities to emphasize such a policy orientation. And we kindly request Secretary Manalo to convey our sincere appreciation to His Excellency President Marcos Jr. and all members of his administration. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's true that the cooperation between the Republic of the Philippines and the African countries may not, so far, reflects the potential that Africa offers. But it's equally true that as from today, there will be more to be done to improve the economic aspect of relations. Nevertheless, I would like to share some factual information on Africa. Being the second largest continent, Africa covers 20% of the Earth's surface, and it is the second fastest growing region in the world, with annual GDP growth around 5%, mainly thanks to the increase of the domestic demand and spending in infrastructure. Currently, 6 out of the world's 10 fastest growing economies are in Africa. The continent is nowadays a huge market of over 1.1 billion inhabitants and is expected by 2050 to reach 2.4 billion, equivalent to 24% of the world's population. Africa has vast reserves of natural resources and enormous renewable assets, such as forests, fisheries, fertile lands, water, and huge potential in solar energy. Sectors such as infrastructure, industry, energy, agriculture, services, textile, telecommunication, IT, and many others offer promising ones opportunity for investment. Africa has the youngest population of the world, some 200 million people being aged from 15 to 24 years. Among Africa's priority now is to achieve the Agenda 2063 that consists mainly in improving healthcare, investing in quality education, food security, and creating job opportunities. In sum, there are untapped opportunities in Africa that would benefit the Filipino business sector. Therefore, we highly appreciate discussing and promoting any initiatives from the Philippine side to materialize our shared vision on enhancing the economic relations and business ties. Dear Secretary, Excellencies, distinguished guests, it is essential to underline the role of culture being the foundation of relations. In this context, we believe that there is an importance of rebranding the Philippines in Africa and reprofiling Africa in the Philippines. I can confidently say that without initiatives to those ends, all ambitious plans may not be realistic. I believe, and my African colleague so do, that there is a need to think of ways and methods to pull up ideas that would be pertinent to formulate an action plan for that purpose and beyond. Africa offers significant opportunities for the Philippines to expand its rich culture and arts, to diversify its exports and its FDI in sectors of major interest. Thus, cooperation between African countries and the Republic of the Philippines will positively lead to win-win partnership in the future. In this regard, the African ambassadors and heads of mission are committed to fully cooperate with the Philippine government and all other interested parties to move forward in different fields and sectors. Certainly, this partnership can be achieved by maintaining regular contact and visits between senior officials of both sides, as well as by strengthening cooperation mechanisms and legal frameworks involving different departments and institutions, including the private sector. To conclude, allow me, dear Excellencies, to reiterate once again the warm gratitude to the Department of Foreign Affairs for their support and all the African missions for their valuable contribution to this celebration. Maraming salamat.
Thank you, Excellency. To deliver the keynote message, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Secretary for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of the Philippines, the Honorable Enrique A. Manalo.
His Excellency Ambassador Mohamed Rida Al Qasi, Ambassador of the Kingdom of Morocco to the Philippines and Dean of the African Heads of Diplomatic Missions to the Philippines. Excellencies, Ambassadors, and Charge d'Affaires of African Diplomatic Missions to the Philippines, the Honorary Consuls from African countries, and dear colleagues in government, pleasant good morning to all of you. I'm very pleased to address you this morning on this festive and meaningful celebration of the enduring friendship and partnership between the Philippines and the countries of Africa. I'm particularly pleased to welcome all 6 resident diplomatic missions and the honorary consular offices of the countries from Africa. Today's event features cultural presentations by the resident embassies and an exhibition of cultural items from Africa. And as food is an essential ingredient of all our cultures, we will also enjoy a taste of traditional African cuisine. Africa is widely recognized as the birthplace of humankind, and the variety and beauty of the cultural items we see here today attest to Africa's enduring place and profound influence on civilization. Our gathering today is a culmination of the various commemorative events which began on May 25, the 61st anniversary of the founding of the African Union, when we lit the Rizal Monument in green in honor of the colors of the Union's flag.
In my remarks that day, I underscored the importance of our partnership with the individual countries from Africa. Our commitment to enhancing relations with Africa is steadfast. And we have made concrete efforts towards this goal. In line with this policy direction, we have made institutional changes in the Office of Middle East and African Affairs to strengthen and provide it with more personnel and resources, particularly focused on our bilateral, regional, and multilateral engagements with the countries in the African continent and with Africa as a whole. Our cooperation on various fields with partners from Africa has likewise been intensified by forging new agreements and implementing existing ones. In recent years, we have hosted several delegations from Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa to exchange views and learn from each other's experiences, especially on labor and defense matters. This year, we will also see an exchange of visits by senior officials from both sides with the aim of delivering concrete results on these various areas of cooperation and exploring newer areas of cooperation. And our cooperation and collaboration extends beyond the bilateral level. The Philippines and Africa share not only common challenges, but also a shared vision for progress and prosperity. And despite the geographical distance separating us, our nations are united by a spirit of resilience, innovation, and a commitment to inclusive and sustainable development. South-South cooperation between the Philippines and the African nations represents a powerful alliance built on mutual respect, understanding, and a desire to learn from each other's experiences. And this collaboration is not just about assistance or aid, it's about forging genuine partnerships in as many areas as possible. We are also united in our commitment to addressing global issues. By standing shoulder to shoulder, the Philippines and the countries of Africa present a formidable partnership at the international stage as we jointly advocate for common causes, including environmental protection, conflict resolution, and social justice. Since 2023, the Philippines has intensified its presence in the African continent and made our voice heard in various forums together with our African partners. For example, in Accra, for the UN Peacekeeping Ministerial meeting in December of last year, in Kampala for the 19th Non-Aligned Movement Summit and the third South Summit in January, in Rabat for the high-level conference on middle-income countries in February, in Abuja for the Counterterrorism Summit in April, and in Freetown for the ECOWAS Conference on Autonomous Weapons, also in April. Africa and the Philippines are also united by the sea. From the discovery of the Cape Route from Europe to Asia, to the opening of the Suez Canal and the advent of shipping to the Horn of Africa, to the Malacca Straits, and onward to Southeast Asia, we have a common interest in keeping sea lanes safe and secure. We share an imperative to ensure that these vital waterways are governed by international law, in particular, the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Assistant Secretary Melicor just said earlier today, this marks the first DFA event organized with an exclusive focus on Africa. So let us mark this, however, as a new beginning, the beginning of a renewed joint commitment to bolster our partnership while forging new ways forward to achieve our common aspirations. Together with the 6 resident African embassies in the Philippines and the 7 Philippine Foreign Service posts covering Africa, and in line with our renewed focus on Africa, let us work together to strengthen our bonds of friendship and cooperation. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. We kindly request that you remain on stage for the photo opportunity. We would also like to extend our invitation to the heads of posts of the resident African embassies, Undersecretary Morales, Undersecretary Domingo, Undersecretary De Vega, and Assistant Secretary Maligor to join the Secretary on stage. Thank you so much. At this time, we would also like to invite the honorary consuls to join us on stage for the photo session. Kindly remain on stage.
Tanda na.
Thank you all so much for your participation. Our very first presentation is a special dance number, emphasizing the theme Unity in Diversity. It involves three ethnic groups that showcases the cultural diversity and rich heritage of Nigeria. Thank you so much, Nigeria, for the highly entertaining number. Up next is a video presentation highlighting the magnificent natural beauty of Angola.
Vou contar-vos a história de um povo que tem tudo para sorrir de novo. Vou falar-vos da velha coragem, sacrifícios e muitas viagens. Vou falar do soldado tombado, anulando o sorriso rasgado, do candengue que sofreu calado e do povo que estava cansado. Vou falar desta terra de glórias, nossa Angola de muitas memórias. Vou falar de um povo que quis, finalmente agora feliz. Vou falar desta terra de glórias, nossa Angola de muitas memórias. Vou falar de um povo que quis, finalmente agora feliz. Vou mostrar-vos uma nova terra, agora sem guerra. Angola, do meu coração, um angolé não se deixa. Não vacila a hora essa, dá-me a tua mão, para junto comigo bombar, nossa Angola juntos levantar. Angola, vou falar do artista sofrido que pintou 30 anos de guerra. Finalmente hoje tem a honra de pintar anos brancos de paz. Vou falar deste craque Mantolas, dos golaços do nosso Aquá. Mano, brincadeira tem hora, paz e alegria aqui mora. Vou falar pra você que migrou na esperança de vida melhor. Olha que nosso povo te espera, nosso povo te espera. Vou falar do meu povo de novo, se esquecer não sobra que saiu. Vou falar dos palancas negras, os do nono do meu coração. Vou falar do pula que ficou, xingar desta negra angolana, pra Europa nunca mais vazou. Com a garina do Marçal ficou. Vou mostrar-vos uma nova terra, agora sem guerra. Angola, coração, angolê não se deixa. Não vacila a hora essa, dá-me a tua mão, para junto comigo bombar, nossa Angola juntos levantar. Angola, é preciso continuar a luta por uma Angola cada vez melhor. É preciso amar a pátria e ter Angola no coração. Para ti, angolano, dedico esta canção porque Angola precisa de todos nós. Viva a pátria! Vou mostrar-vos uma nova terra, agora sem guerra. Aí é Angola, um angolê não se deixa. Não vacila a orelha, dá-me a tua mão, para junto comigo bombar, nossa Angola junto levantar. Angola, vou mostrar-vos uma nova terra, agora sem guerra. Angola.
Up next is a video presentation of the Embassy of Egypt entitled Cradle of Civilization. It seeks to briefly showcase the magnificent Egyptian civilization and heritage.
Journey down a mystic stream with waters that have been touched by the divine. A haven of belief where reverence is a right for all. A harmony of freedom between Islam and Christianity. Bathe in the waters that refresh the soul, on shores that are beyond beauty. Walk on fine sand on one of the most beautiful beaches in the world.